Travis Wayne Goodsell. Mormons likely don't understand what a pyramid scheme scam is because it's all over Utah. The state of Utah refuses to do away with it. A pyramid scheme is defined, as I just searched Google for you, a form of investment illegal in the U.S. and elsewhere. Just say illegal then. In which each paying participant recruits two further participants. I don't know why it has to be two. It can be more. It can be one. It's just recruitment, with returns being given to early participants using money contributed by later ones. And so, in this particular instance, it's a situation where people at the top, who's organizing the whole con, says that, hey guys, if you go recruit other people to recruit other people, you'll get a cut of the recruitment payments. And so each recruit has to pay to the top of the pyramid. And so regardless of whether or not the people who are recruited get paid or not, doesn't matter. If they are in the business of recruiting, and those recruits are those people who are recruited end up paying the top guys, even if the top guys refuse to pay all the victims, it's still a pyramid scheme. Now this is why Mormons here in Utah, and Mormons all over the earth, do not recognize the pyramid scheme utilized by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. What is number 10 question on your Temple Recommend interview, Mormons? What, you don't order them and number them? President Russell M. Nelson went over it in April conference. I believe it was April. Or was it one of the earlier ones? He's been in for a couple of years now, hasn't he? But he's gone over the list of questions as he made a few slight adjustments to the questions. But number 10 is, do you pay a full tithe? And so every single Mormon has to pay tithing in order to go through the temple and receive their washing and anointings, technically. But then you also have to give the covenant oaths. Let me get a pyramid scheme chart for anyway, this is causing confusion for me. So what do you do if you want to go serve a mission and convert? See, they changed the word so that they can get away with the crime. As missionaries, we go out and recruit. That's what it is. We recruit people to join the Mormon Church. And those people who join the Mormon Church, upon becoming a member, are required to pay money. And are strongly encouraged to serve missions to go out and do further recruitment. The church doesn't pay us anything as Mormons, as missionaries. None of us get paid. It's all donations if a person's poor, and his bishop will have a missionary fund set up for him, and the church mission fund if nobody in the ward wants to help him, etc. It's all by donations. So the church itself does not pay any Mormon anything. And it doesn't matter. Even if they did, it's still the definition of a pyramid scheme. A form of investment, illegal investment, in which paying participant recruits more people. And we are a paying participant. Each recruit pay the Mormon church. And you all know this because you all have tithing settlement each and every single year at the end. During the Christmas season, the bishop sets up a schedule for you to sign up on so that you can then go through and be told that your tithing money doesn't go for the poor and the needy or for the bishop's storehouse, as Malachi says it's supposed to go for. That's the first scandal. There's another one called a protection racket. A protection racket is a scheme where a potentially hazardous group guarantees protection from violence, looting, raiding, piracy, and other such threats posed by them outside the sanction of the law to politics, government entities and people, businesses, individuals, or other entities and groups that pay to them in cash or kind. Do we pay the church in cash or kind? Unsourced material. It's from the temple. Wikipedia has a thing on it. The law of consecration is a commandment in the Latter-day Saint movement in which adherents promise to dedicate their lives and material substance to the church. And it's not Joseph Smith. They claim it's him that started it, but that was his economic system. Brigham Young turned it into a loyalty oath. So members of the church pay the church in cash and kind, according to the law of consecration, for protection. What is tithing called, Mormons? Fire insurance. Again, a misunderstanding of Malachi. Day shall come that shall burn as an oven, and they who are fully tithed can enter the temple. That's not what it says. And so here we have a protection racket, also by the church. Now the question is the corporation getting all the money, and the leaders of the church not getting a single penny? Or are the leaders of the church getting money from this illegal gotten gain? Both protection racket and the pyramid scheme. Do you remember when Irene had a paycheck that got leaked to the public? Oops. Yeah. I'll show you that picture. I was wondering whether I was going to do it now, stop the video and then continue afterward. I'll do it at the beginning. I'll put it at the beginning. But if you remember my lawsuit that Judge Waddups refused to recuse himself as he is Mormon And he cannot be the judge to protect the church. The church lawyers were in default. They filed late. They had no excuse or reason to explain it. They just filed late. Oh, hi. What did we miss? And they did that purposely because they knew they had the judges in their pockets. Judge Waddups pays this protection racket. He's a former missionary. He's been involved in the pyramid scheme, and the church has received his payments. He has to recuse himself. He didn't, and he sided with the church. I lost. My life is now in jeopardy because of him and his affiliation with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This is how criminal organizations function, and it goes all the way up to the federal judges. But in my lawsuit, I also pointed out that the church had wrongfully arrested me, getting the state to do it for them, as they were the prosecution, or as they were the plaintiff that were being prosecuted through the state of Utah. And they had no intention of taking me to trial. I wanted to go to trial. I knew I was innocent. You know, if you've done nothing wrong, you've got nothing to fear, right? Except when you're an authoritarian government. And so the church, through their prosecution, specifically outlined how they were going to violate the law and judge me outside the law. They had Dr. Cohn evaluate me to alter my medical history and manufacture a history. She even says so in her report to the judge, that that's what she's doing. And as a result, the church paid her for her loyalty. And I've shown that to the judge, as he knows they were in default, and he knows that I had evidence in the case, but I was being refused to go to the evidentiary hearing because the church won't let them. That's why Judge First was fired, is because Judge First, she allowed the case against the church to go forward. So she was fired. And then she was assigned to my case so that she could do better as she's on her way out. She chose to remain silent, and then she was replaced. Judge Waddups put in a stooge to do their bidding, and she recommended my case be dismissed with prejudice. Waddups, on the day I was supposed to be evicted, agreed. These are not just crimes being committed by people in high office. These are acts of treason, because it's a RICO conspiracy. So, Mormons are going to be mad at me. I already have the YouTube Mormon employees who are out to attack me, as they're slowing down my video and tampering again with everything, and viewing of my videos, and allowing a situation where there's an abuser, a cyber bully, which is a crime, a federal felony crime to cyberbully, being allowed on YouTube to attack me. And yeah, that's the way it works here in Utah. And Mormons don't care. Do you, Mormons? Are you still listening, Mormons? Or did you get upset when you saw Irene's paycheck in the beginning? I have proven my case. I won my case. But the corruption is so deep they will not allow me to win. I will not have my constitutional right to petition the government for a redress of grievances. There is no justice. They don't care about protecting and restoring the Constitution when it has hung by a thread. It's now been severed. Mormons failed to protect the Constitution. And now as we're being destroyed, as the post office is being destroyed, people are saying, hey, we want our constitutional rights back. Oh, now you want them back? Now that you realize what the consequences are of having them taken away? Oh. As you're being murdered by a coronavirus that they purposely escalated? Oh.